The rapture. Are you ready for the unexpected? Imagine you're walking down the street. Everything seems normal. Busy traffic, noisy coffee shops, and children laughing. Then suddenly, boom, the person next to you disappears in an instant. That's right. They're not walking fast. They're being sucked up into the sky. Sounds like a sci-fi movie? But this is the rapture, the most amazing event in human history, where God will return and gather his faithful followers in the air. Okay, don't panic. Stay calm, because this video will take you through the thrilling, hilarious, and controversial moments surrounding the ascension. Who will be chosen? Who will be left behind? And most importantly, are you ready? Sit back, buckle up, and let's embark on a journey to discover this historical and mysterious event. Rapture, not a secret, but the greatest public show ever. What is rapture? This is not a secret magic show that takes place in the dark. No. This is the most spectacular public event you have ever heard of. The Bible describes it with trumpet blasts, angelic voices, and the mighty shout of Jesus. When he returns, all eyes will be on the sky. From the remote hills to the bustling city center, everyone will know the Lord has returned. Sounds exciting? But wait, this is not for everyone. Only those who believe, are faithful, and are ready will be sucked into the air to meet the Lord. If you don't believe or are still uncertain about your faith, then sorry, you may be left on the ground, standing there, dumbfounded, watching your family, friends, and neighbors fly away. Don't fall asleep, be ready, or be left behind. The Bible is clear. The rapture will happen suddenly, without warning. Two men will be working in the field. One will be chosen and the other will be left behind. Two women will be grinding flour. One will fly, and the other will remain standing. Matthew 24 verses 40 to 41. Do you want to be chosen or left behind? Ask yourself this now. Here's a great lesson. Don't be careless, like a thief breaking into a house in the middle of the night. This event will happen unexpectedly, and if you are not prepared, you will miss your only chance in life to fly to heaven with God. Not only that, imagine the feelings of those left behind: chaos, fear, and regret. Are you ready? To not miss this event, live with faith, stay loyal to God, and always be ready, because when rapture comes, it will not only change history but also determine your destiny forever. So what will you choose? Fly to heaven or be left behind in the chaotic world? Are you curious yet? Don't forget to continue watching to find out the next events. From the appearance of the Antichrist to the Battle of Armageddon, where history and prophecy intersect in the most dramatic confrontation. Antichrist, the great deceiver, God's archenemy. Have you ever heard of a character whose mere mention is enough to make the whole world tremble? It's not Voldemort. It's not Thanos, but someone even more terrifying, the Antichrist, prophesied in the Bible. He is not just a regular villain, but the embodiment of lies and evil on a global scale. Sit back and prepare, because we're about to enter a story that is both dramatic and controversial. The perfect leader, but only a mask. The Antichrist will not appear as a terrifying figure, wielding a sword or fangs. No, he will come as the perfect leader the world has been craving. Intelligent, charming, talented, and full of charisma. He will promise global peace, economic stability, and human unity. Sounds great, right? But behind that appearance is a cold heart, full of schemes and deception. The Bible describes him as the beast, Revelation 13 verses 1 to 8, and the lawless one, 2 Thessalonians 2 verses 3 to 4, who will declare war on God and do everything to destroy his followers. But wait, how can such a one deceive the whole world? That is his strength, his lies, and his ability to hide his true nature perfectly. The promise of peace, a deadly trap. He will start with promises of peace, even signing treaties to prevent war. But that is just a honey trap to gain the trust of mankind. Once he has achieved supreme power, he will reveal his true face, a brutal dictator who will not hesitate to arrest, torture, and kill the followers of God. Why does he do this? Because he not only opposes God, but also wants to replace him. He wants people to worship him as a god. But don't forget, what he promises is just an illusion, and the price for following him is eternal destruction. Who will you choose? The Antichrist will be the greatest test of your faith. There will be those who are deceived by him, believing in his sweet words and charming charm. But there will also be those who stand firm in their faith, ready to face persecution so as not to betray God. So what will you choose? An easy path that leads to destruction, or a difficult path that leads to eternal life? Be prepared, because when the Antichrist appears, the world will never be the same again. This is a battle between truth and lies, between light and darkness, and the decision is in your hands. Armageddon, the last war. The Antichrist versus the King of the universe. Imagine the greatest battle in human history, where all the most powerful forces in the world gather to confront each other in a war that will decide the fate of the earth. This is not a Hollywood blockbuster scene, but a Bible prophecy about the Battle of Armageddon. Who will win? The Antichrist, the global dictator, or Jesus, the eternal king? Prepare yourself, because what is about to happen will take your breath away. Antichrist, the strategist with a plan of destruction. After seizing global power, the Antichrist does not sit still but begins to plot to completely dominate humanity. With his charm and cunning, he attracts nations into a giant military alliance. The Antichrist promises a brilliant future, but in reality, he is leading the whole world into a catastrophic war in the Valley of Megiddo, a place the Bible calls Armageddon. But not everyone is so easily fooled. The nations and forces that once followed him begin to revolt, realizing that they are being used. A chaotic war breaks out, not only between factions but also against the Antichrist himself. What will it look like? Bombs fall, guns explode, and the sky is blackened by smoke and fire. This is the culmination of the chaos that mankind has brought upon itself. Jesus appears, the Antichrist trembles. In the midst of what seems to be a hopeless world, the heavens open, and Jesus appears, not as a simple carpenter from Nazareth, but as the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. He carries no sword or gun, yet his power is enough to bring the world to its knees. The Antichrist, who once believed himself to be invincible, now trembles in the presence of God. In one mighty blow, not from a destructive weapon, but from his word, Jesus ends the power of the Antichrist. He and his army are utterly defeated, and the Battle of Armageddon ends with God's resounding victory. A hopeful ending. The Battle of Armageddon is not just a physical battle, but also a symbolic battle between good and evil, between light and darkness. With Jesus' victory, peace and justice are finally established. But the biggest question is, which side will you stand on this fateful day? With God or with the deceiver? This decision will affect you not only in the present, but also forever in the future. Be prepared, because this battle is not too far away. The seal of God and the mark of the beast. Which symbol will you choose for your eternal destiny? In the battle between good and evil, between light and darkness, two very significant marks are mentioned in the Bible: the seal of God and the mark of the beast. These are not just symbols, but a clear division between those who belong to God and those who have chosen to stand on the opposing side. So which will you choose? A symbol of redemption or a mark of destruction? This story will make you rethink your choices. The seal of God, protection from the Most High. The seal of God is not a tattoo or a mysterious QR code that you must scan to enter heaven. It is a spiritual mark, a symbol of his protection and power for the faithful. During the Great Tribulation, the Bible says that those marked with the seal of God will be protected from the terrible trials that are coming upon the world. Revelation 7 verse 3. Don't think that the seal of God is just a free pass through hardship. No, it is a testimony of loyalty and unwavering faith. Those who receive this mark are those who have chosen to place their faith in God, despite all the temptations and threats from the world. Are you willing to stand firm in your faith and receive this mark? The mark of the beast, a sweet promise that leads to destruction. In contrast, the mark of the beast is a mark that promises power, comfort, and acceptance in society. However, the price is the abandonment of God and eternal salvation. According to Revelation 13 verses 16 to 17, The mark of the beast will appear on the hand or forehead, allowing the bearer to buy and sell and participate in the global economy. Sound appealing? But wait, don't make a contract with the devil. Those who receive the mark of the beast are not only choosing to follow worldly power, but are also officially rebelling against God. This is not a temporary decision. It is an eternal commitment. Those who bear the mark will be excluded from salvation and face eternal punishment. Revelation 14 verses 9 to 11. Is the present convenience worth the risk of your eternal destiny? The battle of the mark. Which side will you choose? The mark of God or the mark of the beast are not just fiction, but symbolic choices that reflect your heart and allegiance. Ask yourself, will you choose to side with God and receive His protection and salvation, or pursue worldly power and face destruction? This choice will not only determine your future, but also make a statement about your faith in a challenging world. Are you ready to choose your mark? But remember, this is not a game. It is the truth that changes destiny. New Jerusalem, the perfect city, where dreams come true. Have you ever imagined a city where everything is perfect, without tears, suffering, or sin? That is the New Jerusalem, described in the Bible as a glorious paradise on earth, where redeemed believers will live forever in joy and peace. But make no mistake, this is not a far-fetched vision. The New Jerusalem is God's eternal promise to those who keep the faith. The New Jerusalem is unlike any city you have ever seen. According to Revelation 21, it is a place where everything is beyond human imagination. Just imagine, streets made of gold so pure that it is as clear as glass, a river of life flowing from the throne of God, and a tree of life that bears fruit year-round for the healing of all nations. No more traffic jams, no more pollution, no more worries about money or injustice. This is not just a place to live, but a place to truly be in the holiness, love, and presence of God. The New Jerusalem is not just a beautiful city, but the fulfillment of all the promises God has made to humanity. It is a place where faithful believers will live forever with Him, no longer affected by sin or suffering. He will wipe away every tear, and death will no longer exist. There is no other place on earth or in history that can compare to the New Jerusalem, a community of perfect holiness, where God's love and justice are at its center. Be ready. Don't miss out. Don't be complacent, because no one knows exactly when the Lord will return and bring this promise. The New Jerusalem is not just a reward, but a call to live a life of faithfulness and readiness. This is no time to be apathetic or procrastinate. Now is the time to strengthen your faith and turn to Him with unwavering loyalty. Do you want to live in this perfect city? Live a life filled with faith and always be ready to receive God's invitation. If you find this video inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any content in our faith journey. May God bless you and your family. And always remember, the New Jerusalem awaits the faithful.